once said that it takes a lot of truth to gain trust and just one lie to lose it all. One lie, over a decade ago, begat more lies. One rogue reporter became lots of rogue reporters, became one rogue newspaper, became 3 rogue newspapers. And in the wake of the revelations about the hacking of a murdered schoolgirl's phone, the country rose up in revulsion at the behaviour of some newspapers. Every day we'd wake up to new revelations, first as a slow drip, then as a torrent, then as a tsunami. The conundrum for the Leveson Inquiry was how to legally identify precisely who was responsible for all this criminality and corruption within the big newspaper corporations and in the police and in government, without prejudicing criminal phone hacking trials that were ongoing at the time. So they split the inquiry. The first part was about the unscrupulous newspaper culture that enabled crimes like hacking, bribery and data theft. The second part, to take place when the trials were over, was to be much more precise. Who did it? Who ordered it? Who deliberately ignored it? What exactly was the relationship between the press and the police, or the press and politicians? The conclusion of Leveson Part 1 saw the recommendation of a new, fairer system of press regulation. But parallel to this, lots of journalists and public servants were still being found guilty of crimes, and some, notably, weren't. News Corps CEO Rebecca Brooks, you remember her? Had key evidence, such as this,
We have paid the police for information in the past.
deemed inadmissible during her trial. Both she and her boss and mentor, Rupert Murdoch, adopted the defence that whilst criminality was rife all around them, they saw or heard no evil.
I don't remember that at all.
I just can't remember whether I brought it up or not.
The defence of incompetence, if you will. So with the criminal trials now over, we're all waiting for the second half of the Leveson Inquiry to be launched. But instead, silence. And then, instead of when the inquiry should resume, the political language becomes whether it should resume at all. The Prime Minister is bowing to pressure from the press barons in trying to push the second inquiry into the long grass. And even while she's doing that, Rupert Murdoch has launched a bid to take full control of Sky TV, which would give him a terrifying dominance over Britain's media. Just look at the number of meetings senior newspaper executives have had with government over the last few months. And now compare that to the meetings that government has granted press abuse victims. Not so-called celebrities, but the voiceless minorities and innocent people who often by fate or personal or family tragedy have found themselves in the press's crosshairs. As for the new, fairer system of press regulation, the very same newspapers who caused the Leveson Inquiry now point-blank refuse to comply with its findings.
As we consider this report, we should consider the victims.
And so they should, except the same government instead now betrays them. It's this very dynamic of power protecting power that Leveson Part 2 promises to expose. The government's about to make a decision. It was because of your outcry that the Leveson Inquiry happened in the first place. And it's only with renewed outcry that we can make sure the job's finished.